senior dogs looking for a new home. We are going to be talking about a beautiful story of a couple of senior dogs who have been looking for a new home and using messages from help us find those perfect new homes for them. So join me on Real Time Animal Rescue channel to hear about these stories and enjoy the beautiful outcomes of them. Okay, so this story begins about a year and a half ago when I met Mowgly and Grizzy. These guys, I walked them about once a week. Their mommy was quite a bit older and she just needed some help with it. So I helped walk them, take care of them, and do anything that she needed for them. Okay, so fast forward about 9 months later, this past spring, their mommy, who again was much older, her health and mental health started to decline, and she just simply wasn't able to care for two dogs like she really needed to, like they deserve. Okay, so she decided that yes, it was time. She needed to find a new home for at least one of them. Okay, so we were focusing on Mowgly back then. Mowgly is the one that needed a little bit more activity and all of that kind of stuff that she just wasn't able to provide for him anymore. This was a very hard thing for her to go through. So I just want everyone to know that, you know, this wasn't taken lightly on her part. She did have to think through this a lot and had a lot of ups and downs in her emotions with it and just everything like that. So so know that that was going on throughout this process. So, you know, Mowgly was about 10 years old. He's this little black dog with really gnarly teeth. So I knew, you know, Mowgly is not going to a shelter. I'm not allowing that to happen. He had been in a shelter previously. That is where she adopted him from. We had done animal communication sessions with him about finding a new home, and he was very, very much open to it. He knew that there's another journey for him in this life, and that may not be with his current mommy, but he wanted to find, who is this person, who are these new people, where am I going, you know, what are we going to do. He had this excitement about him with it. And so the time came that she needed to rehome him. And so I decided, you know, an adopter had not been found yet. Some people had come and looked at him, and it just wasn't quite the right fit. And things were just still kind of up in the air with who's going to be this adopter. So I decided to foster him and continue to look for his adopter. Now, in that time, I did have the questions of, am I the adopter? Is he supposed to come into my family? And I asked the universe, I said, you know, show me a rainbow. Give me a rainbow in any form, a rainbow to show me Mowgly is meant to be with us. That rainbow never came. Okay. I ended up working with a rescue near us, and they were able to get him set up on their website. Within a week of him being put on their website, a couple reached out and were interested in adopting him. So I asked it again. I asked the universe, send me a rainbow if these are the correct people for Mowgly. And that very next day, a friend of mine who did not know anything about this, he sent me a picture of a rainbow. And so that was my first, you know, okay, is this it? This must be it. And I brought him to that home visit that day, and it was instant. the man in the couple was outside waiting for him, and he was so excited to meet Mowgli, and Mowgli just attached to him right away. It was so very much meant to be. And I have done several little check-ins with them, and he is just doing so well. It really warms my heart to know that such a unique fit, the universe took them and brought them together. Okay. It wasn't initially in the timeline that we wanted, but that's okay. It met them where, when they were ready. We needed the people to be ready too. And that's why I decided to foster him, because I was like, we just need to give this more time. The people are here, they will come. And that they did. They showed up, and they are just in love with Mowgli. He is doing wonderful. Okay. So now we're at a few months later, we're at about 4 or 5 months after that. And when I had done the meet and greet with Mowgli's new parents, I had told them about his sister Grizzy, and that she was going to be staying with her mom for the time being, and that we were going to just see how things went for them. And they immediately said, oh my gosh, if her health continues to decline and she needs to rehome Grizzy, we will absolutely take Grizzy in with us. Mowgli and Grizzy can be back together. Beautiful, beautiful. Again, it was perfect. It allowed their mom, to simply relax. Okay, there's a plan for Grizzy. I can continue to take care of her until I feel like I can't. And a couple weeks ago, that time did come. Okay. So in the meantime, over the summer, one of my precious babies named Sloopy did transition into spirit. A couple of weeks after Sloopy transitioned into spirit, I started to just get this picture of this dog being next to me in bed, and its fur was a white, kind of creamy color, but it was fur that you would require grooming. Okay. And I was kind of like, I don't know why I'm seeing this. I never, ever for myself personally seek out a dog to adopt that requires grooming. It's just a personal preference, and that type of thing. So I was a little bit thrown off that this dog I was seeing would require grooming, but I was kind of like, okay, I'll just, remember that, don't think too much into it. I started looking on Pet Finder at the different rescues and things like that once I started feeling like, okay, it might be time to adopt a new dog. And nobody was hitting me. Even the ones that had the descriptions that our family needs. We do have 2 young boys. So, and another dog who was requesting a very specific energy from the dog that she would like to come in as a sibling. So I had very kind of strict boundaries for what the demeanor of the dog needed to be and things like that. The ones that I was finding that were like that, they still, it wasn't hitting me like, this is the dog that's meant to be with us. Okay. Now at a certain point on a Thursday or Friday, that feeling changed in me. This feeling of the dog that is meant to be with us was becoming available. There was energy around it that was bringing it to us now. To stop looking, actively looking. I put the searches away. I stopped everything, and I decided I'm just going to let the universe handle this and let this dog simply come to us. 3 to 4 days later, Grizzy and Mowgli's mom reached out to me and said, it's been a few days. I've been in a lot of pain, and it's not going away. my health is continuing to decline, and I do feel like it's time to rehome Grizzy. And so I reached out to the people who adopted Mowgly, and they said, don't hate us, don't hate us. We aren't able to adopt Grizzy right now because we have a health issue going on as well. So Grizzy did not have an adopter at that point. And at that point, everything came together for me. And I realized the universe had been saying, it's Grizzy, it's Grizzy. The timeline with her mom experiencing the pain was that change in energy that I had experienced, that energy that was saying the dog that is meant to you is becoming available, because Anita started to have that more extreme health decline. Okay. The image of this cream colored dog that required the grooming that I had seen was Grizzy. That is her fur. And I had not put those things together until the original plan for the adoption, I realized had fallen through. So this weekend, we went to Indiana and adopted Grizzy from her mom so that her mom can focus on her health, be able to go to the hospital if she needs to go to the hospital, and she knows that Grizzy is safe and loved and well taken care of. Okay, so I want to introduce you guys to Grizzy. Pardon the movement of the camera, but this is Grizzy. She is an older gal, as you can see. She's like 12 or 13, maybe. Brussels Griffin mix. Can you say hi? And she is just a doll. She has done very well with our other dog, Rainy, who is right back here. Rainy is a little chihuahua, and she doesn't do terribly well with all dogs. And so we needed one. She was requesting one that is calm and everything like that. As you can see, Grizzy is calm. Yes. And Grizzy has loved being around our two little boys too. She is just doing fabulous with them. She did wonderful with meeting my parents and their dog. And she's just getting adjusted. She's doing a good job getting adjusted to a new home at such an older age. She does have some abuse from a male in her past. So she is taking her time to get used to daddy, but we will be able to get her there as well. Okay. I just wanted to stop in and tell you guys this story and have you send Grizzy some love and some positive vibes to continue to settle in with our family. Just send her some celebration. Does that scratch? Yes, does it? All right. I will be back later in the week to share some other stories with you guys. Later in the week, we'll be talking about Jasper. And again, I'll be sharing Floki's story on the podcast as well. And I will put that on the comments. You can watch that Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. All right. See you guys later. Blessings. Say bye, Grizzy.